should have a pretty fun night here, I think. We had a lot of interesting stuff happen last session. Our crew took a journey uh, to see the Runekeeper, stopped in to see the Runekeeper in the city, grand, super ritzy city of Metz. And before traveling on the road again out to, oh my goodness, head down to this city of Miranda, one which Davania seemed to recognize. But Emil had been called to investigate. People are traveling there by the droves, as this is being hailed as this a city where your dreams can come true. You move in, you work hard. It's a wonderful place to live, and you can make all your dreams come true. Kind of city. Those are the tales and the word on the street. Oh, hey. Sorry, let me fix this. Hey, Sam.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
What is your name?
Aww.
Dan.
Hi,
Hi, Dan.
Hi.
My name is Ben.
What a great name, Ben. I like it.
Yeah. My name starts with a B.
That's one of my favorite letters. Nice stuff. Okay. Headed down to the city of Miranda, traveled with some interesting people before arriving at the very end. Oh, right. They had a small battle. I call it battle, but really they just wiped the floor with some creatures. I mean, they're all so strong that as the rest of the caravan folks, 12, 14 wagons or so, I think it was, worth, were scared fairly witless as 3 giant boars came to attack them. It was a gorgeous display of overpowered awesomery from our heroes here that quickly took care, dispatched the giant boars, and there was plenty of boar meat to be had on the rest of the trip on the way to Miranda. I can't share the image here, but I will share it with our Dan. Come on, let's fix that. All right, I'm going to quickly share out to our players this snappy image, the first cityscape image that they get to see as they arrive in the very outskirts of Miranda. I'll switch over to our battle thing here for a second. It's not set up. But you can see there, behind me, this beautiful towering city, Miranda. Everything's fairly new. Looks to be built within the past maybe even 10 years or so. Up and down the hillside are cottages and homes and businesses. Things are the city's well cared for. You're not in the city, but as you're approaching it, you can see through a large archway a few of these streets. Everything looks to be swept and kept up and weeded and all of that. It's a rather beautiful sight. So despite all the greenery in this image, it is middle of January or late in January now, and as you arrive, you are all dressed in whatever comfortable clothes you brought for this or blankets. It's been a long haul, I think a week and a half or so, roughly. So there's some soreness in your bones and muscles from setting up camp every night and sleeping on under the stars or in your tents. The coldness to the air only adds to the weariness of the muscles and bones and such. But at last, you've arrived at a place that probably has warm rooms and warm meals. There is a guard, a number of guards with a small guard booth set outside of this archway. This otherwise maybe a 20-foot stone wall that kind of surrounds different areas. There's sections, arched window sections within this wall to be able to see in and out, but they're barred off. But in a decorative way, not like a prison way. Yeah, so I think we'll get underway there. Let me bring this up. I'm just going to have to move this over here, I think. Okay. And you've arrived at last. Mallow is on. Who has Mallow? Aaron, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. In case I didn't mention that, that effectively gives you the luck feat whilst Mallow's a tattoo on you.
He's just 1 point, though, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. No, it's a full-on. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's the full-on luck feat. Let me go back down to good old.
Okay, with luck that you get 3 luck.
All right, there's that. There's Miranda. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's the full luck feat. Mm-hmm. Where's our first interesting person here? So sorry. This is our. Oh, there we go. At last. You arrive. The one by one the wagons stop. People begin to disembark. There's actually an area set off to both sides of this gate that effectively has it's almost like a picnic area. It has a number of picnic tables, type benches. As you're disembarking, there are some individuals coming out of the city that are bringing large pots of what you can assume are stew or chili or something along those lines. They're the deep, tall, like a crock pot stew pot, setting these down on some of the tables, beckoning people over. Bread is coming out, some cheeses, and the basics to kind of feed weary travelers. One of the more energetic cards. Oh there, yes, welcome everyone. Please, if you'll just consider resting for a bit. I'm sure you're all very weary. Pull up a seat, dine a bit, fill those bellies with something warm. There's some cider to be had, or water if you prefer. Rest and be comfortable as we process all of you. You're looking to spend perhaps an hour or two in the process. We do apologize, but we must be thorough. This is the least we can do, please. And that leaves you all sort of in as you've disembarked and found one another, as you're all pretty close to one another, to discuss what you think of it or what you want to do. I'll let you all take it away.
Why are we being processed? This isn't the normal thing for entering a city.
Captain, process them. Star Wars, anyone? No? Okay.
I mean, I know some cities, well, I mean, Zambora restricts entry, but Zambora kind of has a good reason to restrict entry. This just strikes me as odd. I never heard of this happening in Miranda before. Davania?
I don't. She's looking around, really confused. I don't know this place. I thought I don't. This is not the Miranda that I remember. Oh.
If this was truly a boom town, there wouldn't be enough guards to handle the influx of people, much less having a systematic approach to getting into the city. This is weird.
Yeah, it seems strange for sure.
Is it possible, Dan, to just wander off and enter the city, or is it walled enough that that's not really doable?
From where you stand, as far as you can see, it looks too walled to wander in.
Okay, well, there's only two reasons you wall a city. The guards are probably pretty busy, but I think it'd be worth asking one of them if the city gets attacked very often.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be an explanation why to wall off a city.
That's one. That's the good reason.
You're either keeping things out or keeping things in.
Exactly.
Exactly, and I'd like to know which before I go inside the walls.
Yeah.
It's probably just gentrification.
Why?
Well, we can ask. Should we be fearing for ourselves outside of a walled city? Or should we be worried about attack? Seems like a completely reasonable question to me. Are all the guards like super occupied? I assume there's some guards trying to prevent us from just walking into the city. So maybe they're the people to talk to.
There are, you see at least two posted, one on either side of this main archway that are just there standing guarding.
Okay, I think Emil will try and ask the question as though he's a little concerned about being outside the walls. Just see what the answer is as to, is there danger out here?
Okay. One of them seems hyper vigilant, while the other one seems to be making eye contact as people pass. This one's maybe it's a wood elf that appears in human years, maybe early 20s, so maybe 150 or so wood elf years. Engaging with people. Oh, yeah, welcome to Miranda. Oh, may I help you, sir?
Yeah, I grew up in a city that wasn't walled, and I've always heard that cities are walled because of threats to the outside. Are we in danger outside the walls right now?
Well, not so much these days. It's come in handy a time or two. These walls were built in the very early years, cordoning off this section from those that wanted to ransack goods. There were some materials being gathered from the mountains and other valuable assets, and there were attacks in the early years, but now it just stands as I suppose a warning to those that might attack, or at least to fend them off. Maybe once every half a year or so now we get some foolish band of nomads that comes in and tries to some warrior nomads that come and try and I don't know what they're trying to do, steal, ransack. While the village or the city here certainly isn't as grand as Metz or anything, we do well, and there are goods to be taken. So, but no, you should be fine. We have ample guards here in case, on the off chance anything happens. But no, I think we'll be quite all right if that's your concern.
I mean, it is. I guess now I'm a little confused about something else. You said the walls are fairly old. This city is... We were told this city was growing and that there was a boom here.
Well, yes.
The city is growing, but it hasn't outgrown the walls that are quite old?
Good planning. These walls, as they stand, were built 9 years ago, so the city began its prosperous climb perhaps 10, 11 years ago, I believe. So they cordoned off a very large section, hoping and planning to fill its walls. There's still areas within the walls that are not set up yet with residents or businesses. Still room to grow, though I'm sure they have some plan for when that space is filled.
Does that mean that there's land for sale in the city, perhaps?
There is.
Perhaps cheap. I'm going to try and deceive and look a little greedy, but I'm actually what I really want to do is insight this guy to see if he's feeding me a line or...
Nice, okay. Why, yes. There's some commercial space and residential space for sale, certainly. everyone gets a modest size real estate should you be looking to purchase. There are no grand estates for sale here. If that's what you're in the market for anyway. You unfortunately won't find those here, but if you're looking for a modest estate or a modest establishment, and you can insight if you like to see if he's
Tower.
Right, that is... Oh, wait, it won't show me in this one. Oops. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, it seems he's being pretty straightforward. It doesn't seem like he knows all the ins and outs of the city, but this is the line that everyone's given in the city, that you can have your dreams come true, but no one's meant to get anything huge over anyone else, basically. But he seems to be on the up and up.
Okay. I don't think I have any more questions for him, but I think one thing... Oh, you know what? I'll ask him how many gates there are.
Well, there are 5 gates. You have found yourselves in the northern gate. This is the most common one for new folks arriving, but once you have residents, of course, you're free to use whichever gate you wish.
Can we see any of the other gates from where we are? I'm curious if anybody's leaving the city.
Ah, okay. You can't. You'd have to walk a bit because they do go around pretty far. And they kind of bend over hills and stuff too, so it's a little difficult.
Seb, I need you.
Oh,
All right,
so
I'll go back to the party and kind of relay what I've heard.
Oh,
but
okay.
Just sit and think a bit.
Dan, Zoom message.
Oh, okay. Oops. Oh, okay. Neat.
Do the guards have any particular livery that they're wearing? A symbol that Davania might recognize, or colors that Davania might recognize? Or that I might recognize?
Go ahead and make a history check, if you would. They do. They have very simple tabard-esque piece of clothing. And it has a symbol that looks almost like a 3-dimensional cube drawn by like a grade schooler, but in an artistic way with some lines that don't quite connect, like 2 halves of that put together. Let me check the Tau Air. Ooh, nice, real nice. Let me grab this because I don't know that. Okay. You do not recognize this particular symbol. In Calais, there is a sort of a system for colors that often link to certain, not noble houses because it's all about businesses, certain families. And this has a really deep red with some gold trim on this, and that is used for a couple of the there's, I think it's 7 different families that make up this huge, that run like the big leagues here in Calais, and one of those families does use these colors. It's often reserved for them. But this specific symbol doesn't look like one you've seen before.
Okay. Anybody else have thoughts while we're waiting to be processed?
This place is kind of weirding me out. Like what is their processing the process Dan? like what is everybody doing? Like, are they taking fingerprints, or are they just getting people's names, or what?
So far, make a perception or an investigate. If you're like actively watching, you can do investigation instead. Probably investigation. I guess that makes most sense.
You sure I can't do perception?
Yeah, it's probably looking around to see what they do, which would likely be investigation. Sorry.
Dang it. Oh man, I wish I had that. I can't. This is not Inkdwell. I think it's 4.
Okay. Well, I mean, even with that, you do as the people are sitting down and being served some of this food and just unwinding a bit, they've arrived safe and sound. You do see a number of the guards going by with effectively clipboards and scrolls, and they seem to be so far just taking names and asking some questions. You don't really overhear any of them with a roll, but no one seems to be shocked by the questions. They're just and they just write down thank you very much, and they move on to the next person.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
Perception.
I'm sorry. I've been a little bit distracted. So are there are there
Well, that's the end of
Roll
this
for
turn.
initiative.
Uh-oh. Where's her diamond-shaped, hideous face of tonight? Oh, there's a kitty! There's a kitty!
Aww.
I thought it was going to climb on top of my head for a second.
it looks like it.
Awesome. That'd be fun.
Justice comes from above.
Is there, how far, I don't know where the group is right now, but how far is are the people taking names from us?
Maybe 25, 30 feet away. I imagine you're all sort of in between where the wagons have all parked, and they're sort of off on either side.
While, and they're still taking, like, people are still approaching them, and they're taking names?
Oh, yeah, there's...
Taking information?
Mm-hmm.
As they're doing this, Aaron is going to cast Detect Thoughts on one of them.
Ooh, okay.
Not going to probe too deeply at first, which will just get their surface thoughts.
Okay.
So he will kind of take a copper piece out of his pocket and just say the incantation under his breath. And
okay. Well, let me take a peek and see which one you kind of get. Are you looking to target one of the ones currently taking the names?
yes.
Okay. All right. This particular woman is asking names, taking information, and her surface thoughts are those of empathy. These, basically, I want to care for these people, give them food. I'm glad they're here so they can enjoy the life.
Okay. Is there another guard beside that one or close to it?
There's a handful if you wanted to.
I'm going to, I'll flit across them for the minute that it lasts to see if I can, where that will last for like a couple of people probably.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You get very similar thoughts from the other ones that you flip to. While some are slightly maybe grumpier, some are a little more high key.
Okay.
You effectively get that empathy piece, and glad they're here to live and enjoy the life that Miranda has to offer.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Makes sense.
Are they does it seem like as they get closer that it looks like they're expecting everybody who's coming in to stay, or are they expecting anybody to just be visiting?
You don't really overhear anything.
What about as they get closer? I'm still going to try to listen.
Do you want? So currently, you're sort of. I imagine anyway, with in between the wagons. They're not going to go. They're kind of traveling along the tables currently. Do you want to go over to one of those tables?
No, I'll stay with the group, but I'll just keep it. Let's just like, I don't know. Aaron's weirded out.
Okay.
But I guess she's gonna be listening to the other people around them. It's like the people that we traveled with.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of trying to overhear like why they're coming.
Okay. Sorry, let me shoot this message off, and then we'll take a peek at that. Okay, that's absolutely abysmal typing. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to shoot that up. Okay. All right. If you're checking, still checking, you can probably overhear some of the questions as people get closer, or as you navigate through, and they're effectively just what's your name, or have you traveled with anyone that you want to be known, connected with, or known to be with. They have sort of a citizen registry. Currently, everyone else here so far that you've overheard has been wanting to move here. So you're unsure if they're asking about a visit. They just start asking for name and like reason for whatever, for coming here. And everyone's I want to move, new life. Some people have their long stories about everything that's happened to them up to this point. But no one's answered just a trip, so you're not sure.
Okay. So I'll look to the group. What are we gonna tell them? Like, what is our reason exactly for coming here? Like, what are we gonna tell them? Because I know our reason for coming here, but I'm pretty sure we don't want the guards knowing our reason for coming here.
Go,
Checking the sites.
go,
So we're
have
just-
been here before, so
go.
So we're just visiting then.
I think so.
Okay.
They probably have a booming tourism industry.
most likely. But I don't remember this place being. So Miranda used to be that way. She kind of points closer towards the mountainside. It's moved. But I do think that we may or may not be here for a couple of days. We can tell them that. We're just sightseeing.
Cities don't usually move on their own.
How long ago were you here last? Like, how long has it been since you were here?
10 years. It wasn't a city then.
It was just like a little village?
Small town, yeah, small village. But resources from the mountains and weird noises. Sorry.
That's cute.
It's been 10 years since 10 or 11 since I've been back here. The city has moved. Well,
Like, how far did it move? Because, like, I mean, I understand, like, people needing to move to get better farmland. We had to do that with back home sometimes. But how far away was it? Because if it wasn't very far, then
30 minutes
then
away.
that's 30 and 10.
30 minutes away.
That doesn't seem right.
But was Miranda tied to like a mine or something?
Why do you think I know so much about gemstones?
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because you don't move mines. You move
No.
for farms. You move if the well dries up.
We don't usually move towns in general unless something happens to the old one, but I didn't see any ruins. We didn't see any like ruins coming in, Dan, did we?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'll go in with everybody and register or whatnot, but to get inside. But I need to go to the original location for a little bit,
Sure.
just to see if there's anything.
Do you want to do that tonight?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think we can, yeah. Let's all do that.
Alone, preferably.
Oh, okay.
A couple of guards come over and welcome again to Miranda. We'll be taking your names, of course, if you're looking to enter the city. We like to keep track of those comings and goings, just to make sure. Some part for law enforcement, another part, it helps us better process what we need to do with the city and planning and such. May I have your names, please? And he looks up at whoever's willing to give one first.
Oren Amakir?
Thank you.
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, please, ma'am.
No, like I thought you were done talking, Dan. That's why I started.
No, I am. Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I'm Aaron Lynn.
Quite a lovely ring to that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And just we can roleplay it out, but if you guys are like, I don't want to spend 10 minutes doing it, we can. If anyone doesn't want to give their name or wants to give a false name, let me know.
Davania's gonna give the name Marion.
Marion. Wonderful.
Derek Dearborn.
Very well.
Emil
What's his
Charpentier.
character?
Gives an extra nod at your last name.
I'm going to insight though.
Ooh.
I was waiting to see if there was a reaction, so.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, please.
Zoom chat, Dan.
Oh, okay, thanks. You're unsure. You can at least register that he recognizes it as likely a Callian name, but beyond that, you're not really sure if there's any further recognition. Thank you, sir. And he'll go through and gather everyone's name. I'm assuming that everyone else gives their actual name then. Okay. All right. So, after he gets that, and he's not going to ask Blueberry, so as long as Blueberry doesn't say anything, you'll be good. Not suspecting. Very well. And your reason for traveling to Miranda?
Well, we're tourists.
Oh, a group of tourists. Wonderful. How'd you all meet?
We've been friends for a very long time, and we were just kind of getting bored with our continent. We're just like, hey, let's go travel the world. And so we've been to Metz before, and we heard a bunch of people there talking about here, and so we're like, okay, hey, why not? We'll go see what's going on.
That's wonderful. I would have pegged you as adventurers based on all those items you have, your gear.
Well,
But
I
you should
mean,
consider
We don't stay alive on the roads for nothing. You know,
No,
we gotta
no.
gotta protect yourself.
Mm,
I'm also
yes.
on vacation from the Northern Elven Guard.
Ah.
So it seemed like the best opportunity.
He kind of stands upright and gives you a nod of recognition. Yes. Well, I've heard quite some tales of your exploits there with some giant boars on the road here.
Oh,
well done.
Yeah.
Well done. Yes, well, how long are you looking to stay then if you're simply passing through?
A couple. She'll look to everyone like a couple of weeks, maybe. Possibly longer, possibly shorter. I don't know.
Hopefully shorter.
Well,
I'm very confused as to why we need plans. Is this a free city?
Yes, just, we like to be cautious, and catalog information helps us backtrack things should anything...
What do you expect? What happens normally in these situations?
Insight check.
Go ahead and do insight checks. We've had, there's quite a few goods here to be had. It's a good place to live. There's a lot that Miranda has to offer, and we've had people come in, try and swindle the government, swindle the citizens out of what
I understand. So Miranda is richer than, say, Metz. This is what you're telling me.
No, of course not. We just like to be a little more careful. We can't afford to lose.
And yet you're flashy.
I wouldn't, I mean, perhaps. I don't... We have nothing as grand as Metz, although they're certainly hard-earned.
I've seen similar things with other cities. Just covering your bases, as it were.
It just, it's from the top. They like to have names and reasons behind visits, things that they can trace back should something go missing and the culprit be identified. We've unfortunately encountered this more often than we'd like.
Sure.
But these systems put in place do help us with Rain and Mort. You can, with your insight checks, this person seems to be honest. This just seems to be what they've been passed down from the top. And he probably gets this question a fair bit, and is just doing his best to diplomatically answer.
Might I ask, how did this city become so vast in the last couple of years?
Certainly. If I had to choose one person that made this happen, it would be our mayor, Mal. He has managed to bring so much good fortune to those that have become citizens of this city. Through careful planning, goods from the mines, goods from harvesting and farming, and just he made the city wonderfully self-sufficient and then productive to export and sell our goods.
Sure.
He's just he's a planner. A planner.
Sure. Might I ask where the nearest inn is?
Yes, well, since you'll be staying for a few weeks, we have an inn suited for those arriving.
One inn?
Well, we have multiple, but there's one currently taking everyone from this caravan.
There's what? That's absolutely surprising.
But again, we like to be very organized, and as folks come in, they're given accommodations to...
Is Miranda under martial law?
Separating us.
No. Oh, no, you'll all be in the same inn, along with most of the folks that have arrived. But this is, once you are situated, there are also certain security protocols that come along with this. You'll be able to travel the city as you like, and manage your lives and businesses as you like. But for the first few months, we have assigned taverns to reside in, unless you've already purchased land, of course, but or a home, had a home built. This way, you can get to know your new neighbors. We know where everyone is, at least for the few months while they acclimate. And then you're free to move. There are other inns and taverns throughout the city to better suit your wherever you set up your business or decide to ply your trade. There are different inns and taverns at that point that you can move to.
And you did this when you moved here?
I did, yes. I've been here 7 years now, and it's a nice process. We get the first month's rent is on the city. Nothing needs to be paid for that. This gives, of course, new citizens time to get established, and spending their money in getting themselves set up in business or otherwise, applying their trade, allowing them to spend their money in that rather than worrying about this first months of rent, allows them to get into business and be productive members of our city all the sooner. Better for them, better for the city. It's really a lovely setup.
Would we be able to travel throughout the city in certain places, or
Yes.
is that restricted?
There is no area restricted to you in Miranda.
Where would one buy land?
There are a number of plots. You could certainly go to the town hall. They can show you all the different plots available. Are you looking, I'm sorry, for residential or for commercial?
Unsure.
All right. Yes, I would recommend then heading down to the town hall. Then, of course, all new groups are assigned an envoy that can help them set up these meetings. Consider them sort of a concierge to the 10th power. They'll make sure that you are seen when you wish to be seen by an official. They will give you information on different locations in the city and answer any questions you have. And they are on call for you for the first month or so that you're here.
Guys, we've been given a Judy.
Oh, I believe yours is a Beatrix?
No, that was Sam talking.
I know.
Judy.
Would we be able to leave in and out of the city?
Yes, just we have 5 different gates that you can leave and return. If you're looking to leave for a little while, in this first month or so that you're here before you move on past your initial tavern, your initial inn, you'll likely be asked if you're leaving for good or if you're leaving for how long and what your purpose is, until, again, you're acclimated. You may very well end up deciding to live here. It's really a beautiful town, and many visitors end up becoming residents. But
Thank you.
Of
Davania's
course,
gonna turn away and start walking deeper into trying to find an inn. But as she's walking, she's like kind of angry. She's just like walking with her staff angrily, like kind of banging it on the ground as she's walking.
Awesome. He looks back and sees one of the other guards walking up to you just to pause you for a moment. But he continues with everyone else and says, yes, the Harvest Inn and Boarding House is where you'll be staying. And I do believe, and he looks back again towards you, Davania, yes, Beatrix is here. Beatrix, she's one of yours. And you see a maybe early 30s human woman. She has long, curled, dyed black hair and brown eyes, a very soft olive or almost golden skin. She stands about 4'7", and is kind of a lean build. She has a diamond-shaped, stunning face. And she approaches. Yes, hello. So you are... I don't have your name yet, but please wait here. They won't let you in until we're all together as a group. But it's a pleasure to meet you, and if the rest of you wish to join me, if you've had your fill of food, we can head into the city, and I can start showing you the sights, or get you right to your inn, whatever you desire.
I already hate her.
Nice.
Davania's gonna be like, same.
It's amazing.
Seems to be just, doing her job.
Not on the city that was built on the backs of. Never mind.
Are we expected to tip the envoy?
Probably.
Great.
I'll walk up beside Davania and just kind of like, hey, I'll just take her arm, just kind of like, hey, I'm here.
I lied earlier. I know why they moved the city.
We'll talk about it when we're in a place with fewer ears.
Yeah.
Do you want to hold Blueberry? He's very good for snuggling in uncomfortable situations.
I'm a good snuggler.
Speaking from experience.
Yeah.
I'll just give her Blueberry.
Yeah. Whoa! Okay.
Okay. Yes, well, come with me. Please come with me. Where would you like to head first? We can head right to the Harvest Inn and boarding house if you wish to unload your backpacks and rest first, or we can head through the city. There's quite a bit to see here.
Is anybody hungry?
Yeah, let's get something to eat.
Usually.
We did just eat a whole bunch, right? Or
No.
was I the only one? Was I the only one stuffing my
Well,
face?
Wort didn't eat.
just-
No, Wort.
Oh God, no.
No.
Oh
Free
God, no.
food,
Creepy
no.
City
12
offers
meals a
you
day,
food and
right?
drink.
No.
Oh, you like to eat? Well, we have such marvelous restaurants here. Quite a few styles too. Are you wishing for something along the lines of comfort food, some stew, and some heavy food that's just good for the soul? Or are you looking for something a little more lean?
Comfort.
I'm surprised there isn't only one restaurant we can go to.
Oh, yes. I understand your... Oh, I don't know how to put that, do I? I can understand why you feel the way you do. It's a difficult
Insight
transition.
check.
Davania's gonna start laughing.
I'll go for it, Oren.
Gonna insight her. What is your insight, sir? I don't know you well enough yet. 14?
It's really hard when you switch characters.
Nice. You are getting, let's see, an insight with that. Yeah, I mean, she seems to be genuinely jovial, eager to help. And
Was she being truthful about, I can see why you think that, or was that just her just...
yeah, I think you can easily see that she's being genuine. A lot of people aren't comfortable with this situation, with that kind of setup.
Okay.
And so she probably gets that a lot. The guards probably,
Just wanted to see continuing to see how far the it goes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, there's the Boar's Bench that just opened and is likely serving, gosh, I forget what time I said it was. I think it was midday, maybe. Lunch. Unless you've changed your mind, of course. You tell me. We'll head there. I believe the other, she looks at the clipboard that was passed to her by this guard. Oh, one of you wants a meeting at the town hall? I can arrange that for later today if you wish. Yes. And you, I'm so sorry, I don't know names to faces yet. You are... She's kind of looking at the names on her list. Oh, you might be muted. Sorry.
food.
Yum. She's kind of looking at Davania, just seeing if
Sorry, I was getting food. I was
oh, no problem.
so not paying attention. I apologize.
You're fine. She's and you are. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Marion.
Ah, Marion. Okay. She makes a little note on the side to help her remember. Ah, yes. Well, Marion, we can make this happen. Most certainly. Most certainly. I will set that up for you. But please tell me, where do you wish to go? Would you like just a general tour of the city, or what would you like?
Well, tour of the city would be nice.
Wonderful, wonderful. And if you happen to see anything you wish for more information on, we'll stop. Or lunch. Yes, well, let us go. And she starts walking you around. Let me see if I can switch over to this battle again. Into the city that you see shared out there, up the stone stairs. I put like 3 words together now. Up the stone stairs, and through these lovely, quaint but still better than modest buildings. This seems to be a bit of a commercial area when you first walk in. There's a few shops, some adventurers shops, some jewelry shops. Some cured goods, leather workers, and a few other trades. You start entering into like a trade section before heading up, walking over a few bridges, and you find yourself slowly walking your way up the city. Let me put it back to this. And I have another image to share out, hidden underneath all of these others. Until you finally reach not quite the peak of the city, but pretty high up, and that'll be this image here. It's kind of a lovely view, NGL, and these little lamps are just brass lamps. They don't really have any light within them yet because it's afternoon, but you can really see the city is really. Nothing's ritzy, per se. Everything seems to be somewhere between modest and ritzy. But well-built space for walking. Well-engineered. Streets have plenty of room. The organization and where to go from one section to another seems to be well thought out. Yeah. There isn't, if there's anything particular you're looking for, I can let you know if it's here. Otherwise, you're brought around to numerous different shops. Oh, go ahead, please. Nope, okay. Numerous different shops and restaurants and other things. You see a number of plots of land that are open in a couple of the different residential areas. They're spread out amongst the different commercial areas here. They try and keep manufacturing type places along the outer walls, so they don't want residential things, just in case. Maybe that was something from earlier when there were still small raids on the city. But it looks pretty nice. You see some commercial plots available, some residential plots available. It just seems to be a nice city. As you're walking down the streets, there are people that are like, "Oh, howdy folks, welcome to Miranda," just regular citizens giving a tip of the hat to you. And let me go back up to my other notes here. All right. What else is there? Okay. So aside from even the residents being fairly friendly, they're not all like Stepford wives. Hello, friend. But there's plenty that look up and give you howdy and such. You come across at one point. It seems to be a bit of a conflict. There are a couple of gentlemen in their maybe mid-40s or so, early 40s, that seem to have gotten into a bit of a scrap, and there's a guard there that has broken them apart and sat them both down on the curb. And as you walk by or approach, whatever you want to do, you initially hear the guard talking to the two of them. All right, now, I understand how this began, but Roger, you can see how that might make him feel, right? And he kind of lets them talk it out a little bit, and he's sort of social working the two of them. Right. Now, mind you, if I came up on that, I might think the same thing. Right, Craig? And yeah. So, as you walk by, it seems like the constabulary force is equipped to de-escalate situations without, excessive force. Crazy thought. So, you finally come back around to the Harvest Inn and boarding house. Oh, I do not have the same stamina that you adventuring type folks have. I'm sorry, you vacationing type folks have. Whew. But here we are at the Harvest Inn and boarding house. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the city. There's many smaller places that I would recommend grabbing lunch or dinner. There are some places where there's some wonderful small plays put on the weekends. Plenty to do. The nightlife is thriving here in Miranda. So I'll see you to your...
Interesting.
Yes. Oh, you love all that you find here, assuredly. She opens up the Harvest Inn and boarding house, and this Eloth, wood elf, female wood elf, maybe early 200s or so, seems to be working behind the main counter as you arrive. She's just filling out some logs and such. She has very long braided black hair and green eyes that you can see from across the room here. They sparkle. She has really kind of rough, pockmarked copper skin. Stands about 5'3", has a relatively athletic build. He has an edgy face. And she looks over, gives a nod, and starts walking over. Yes, so this is Eloth, and she'll see to your needs here. She runs the Harvest Inn boarding house. As I think, hopefully it's been explained to you, the first month's rent is on the city. Use that money. I know you're just here and looking to visit for vacation. She kind of consults her notes again. But given that you're here for at least 3 weeks, we do hope maybe you'll reconsider and consider becoming a citizen of our wonderful city. And so this month will be free should you decide to stay that long. All right. And Aloth starts heading me. Yes, Aloth, welcome. These are new friends, and she kind of tears, she's written a duplicate of the names that she tears off and hands to Aloth. And they will be staying here in your abode along with most of the new caravan, of course. Please, she turns to the rest of you, if you have any needs, let Aloth know, and she holds out a sending stone. For whomever, take this stone and you can contact me anytime, and I will be here as quickly as I can. Is anyone going to take the stone?
Aaron will sustain. He'll just kind of look to everyone else.
I'll take it. If no one else is gonna, I'll...
Emil wants to take it for sure.
Go ahead. Be my guest.
Thank you, sir. Yes, wonderful. Well, it has been a pleasure. At any point, please make contact. Again, my name is Beatrix Drake, and I do look forward to serving you in whatever manner I can to make your stay comfortable and informative.
Aaron would stick out his hand for a handshake.
A pleasure.
Pleasure.
She'll turn and head over to probably another group that she's already welcomed in to check on them. So she'll be on that floor of the inn, but not too far away. Aloth, the early 200s wood elf, she comes over. Yeah, well, welcome. I guess you got the whole rundown or whatever.
If we did?
Are y'all needing separate rooms then, I imagine, or any looking to bunk together?
Separate from me.
Right. Separate's fine, mind you. We got plenty of room here. The rooms aren't grand, but...
I'll lean over to Davania. Do you... Davania? Oh. Keep going. I'll wait till she's
Okay.
not busy.
Mort's going to ask Aroth, how much is a month's rent after the first month?
Oh, you're asking Aloth?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it depends. Usually after a month or so. You're looking at getting elsewhere in the city. But it depends on which area you go. It doesn't really vary too much. Rooms are usually about, if you're looking for a month, probably about gold and 5 silver for the month.
I'll lean over to Davania. Do you want me to share a room with you, or do you want to be by yourself?
I don't mind if we stay in the same room.
Okay. The two of us will share a room.
Wonderful. All right. Now there's rooms are pretty decent, if I do say so myself. We have some with doubled up on beds there. You still have plenty of room, even with 2 in a room. I wouldn't advise more than 2 in a room at a time, though.
What's your pet policy?
Oh, well, we don't mind many pets unless if they're too big to fit through the door comfortably, then they're too big to stay here. Otherwise, as long as they're trained, we don't mind. And you clean up after them, of course, if nothing like a pet getting sick.
All right. Looks like Garrett.
Through the short tour of the city, just a quick question. How was everyone dressed? Was there any discernible classes, or was, did we see like poor, middle, rich, or was everybody the same?
There was some variance, but for the most part, everyone looked kind of middle class. There were definitely some folks that you can tell probably either recently got here. They were wearing, clothes that maybe weren't from this particular area, like they traveled here. But for the most part, everyone kind of, looks around middle class. No one too ritzy, no one poor. You didn't see any slums, and you didn't see any grand residences either. Aloft.
Did you say we didn't see any residences in the city?
No grand residences.
Oh,
nothing
okay, got
like
you.
yeah.
Got
no.
you.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right. I guess everyone else is gonna have separate rooms. That's fine. Please, let me show you up to your rooms. Rest your weary bones, or set your packs down. You can come. We've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner here that is part of rent, which again is free for this here first month. So, come on up. I'll show you your rooms. And she heads up 2 flights of stairs.
Did you say the rooms are free for a month?
Yeah. Something ain't right.
As you make your way up the wooden steps to the second floor, third floor, there's another floor above you. This seems to be the top floor above you. But the rooms are opened up, and they're pretty nice rooms. They're not, again, noble level or anything, but they're probably a little better than you were expecting. They're spacious, they're clean, they're in good shape. The one with 2 beds is rearranged a little differently than the others to better match the flow of having the 2 beds. There's little armoires in each one, a writing desk in each one with paper, ink, quill. They each have a window that overlooks different parts of the city. You're kind of high up in the city in this part, so it's kind of a nice view from each area. Towels laid out, and they're not big enough to house a bathtub in each one, but Aloth will let you know. Right. So if you need the bathroom, there's sort of a conventional one at the end of this hallway and on each floor. Don't ask how it works, but it's taken care of on the regular. Now, at the other end of each hallway, you'll find sort of a community bath. There's a few tubs in there at a time. You're welcome to take a bath by yourself. You just lock the door once you're in there, even if it's just one of you. Okay, don't feel any pressure like you gotta have 3 people in here at the same time or anything. Bath times are usually signed up for to avoid a bunch of people trying to take it all at the same time, but not a necessity if you've got yourself an emergency. We're not that strict here. Oh, well, what is it you're all here for anyway? Looks like you're vacationing.
Yes.
That's wonderful. I hope you like what you see here. Kind of looks around, and is there anything you need? If you need any turn down service or any new towels, we got everything you need. You just come get me. There's a bell outside of everyone's room. She can dingle, jingle, jangle, and I'll come up, or one of my staff will come up and see to your needs. Anything I can answer for you before I head out?
So you say that there's... Oh, I'm sorry. You say that there's food downstairs at all meals?
Well, lunch is wrapping up, but we do still have plenty of food to be had.
Right.
It's a bit of an all-you-can-eat. Dinner will, if you're there by 7, then you can order what you want off a small menu. Otherwise, around 8:30, it just becomes all-you-can-eat.
Got it. All right. Can we allowed to bring to come down and get food and bring it up to our rooms?
Sure. I don't see why not. You know, just keep it clean and best you can. We'll manage the rest, but we do ask you do your best to keep the rooms clean.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Quick question.
Sure.
There's a lot of rooms and a lot of people here. And just
Indeed.
Have you been prosperous? How much, if you don't mind me asking, did you make a big profit last year, or is it booming?
Yes, it's booming. I've made a decent profit. What with the city taking care of folks as they come in. And we have some permanent residents here. And we have some folks that decide to stay here after their initial sitting in. But that's all up on the 4th floor. These lower 3 floors are for folks coming in. They come in a few dozen at a time, like your convoy there, and that's at least once a month. There's a lot of people flocking here in droves. I mean, it's really a wonderful city.
But what is making them need a place to live? I mean, we are vacationing, of course, but if you're having as many as you say, is there trouble around that people are relocating?
No, as far as I can assess, it's simply that most folks come here talking about grand tales about making their dreams come true. Now, of course, that is most certainly true here, Miranda. Some people come in with some grander notions than is reality. But imagination is everything. It's the preview of life's coming attractions.
Right.
What's the main industry in this city? What do people do for work?
Oh, there's a little bit of everything. There's plenty of your agricultural jobs and the whole farmers market that comes from that. We also export a fair bit of our goods. We grow some fine crops here, and Metz isn't known for its farms. So they pick up a fair bit of our stock. There's leatherworking. There's some armor smithing that's picked up trade recently.
Is there any magic? Any magic?
Well, I mean, we don't have any proper sort of magic schools or anything like that, or no. Most of that's done of no one. I think that when they were planning, they figured who's going to bother with a place here when they've got Tensor University right up in Metz. But I mean, there's plenty of people that practice magic here. Sure, we've got our wizard folk and our some druidic folk that do some of the farming. Incredible, incredible with the crops.
That's cool. It almost sounds too good to be true.
It does, doesn't it? Well, if there's anything, please let me know. I'll be right downstairs, and when I go to bed, you just ring that bell outside, and either I'll come or one of the staff will come. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you.
Thank you. What was your name again?
Oh, right, my name is Aloth. Aloth Oren. It's been a pleasure, y'all. Pleasure to meet you, each and every one of you.
Same.
Can I insight check her, or can I do like an Arcana check to see if there's any sort of magic affecting her?
You can do an Arcana check, yeah, to see if you sense any magic, or you can do an insight check. You can let me know what you'd prefer.
I'll go with the +6 Arcana there. That's a 9,
Yeah.
right? 9. Yeah, I haven't rolled above a 4 tonight.
No.
No joke. Have you watched any content with Will Wheaton?
Nope. Not even Star Trek.
No. Yeah, you do not sense any magic.
This is so weird.
Well, listen, I know you're just vacationing here, and I hope that whatever you do next, whether it's you end up deciding to stay here or you journey on, just I'm glad to have you here during this time, and I wish you the best moving forward. After all, it's all about that next step, right? A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And I'll leave you all with that wisdom as I get back to my duties. Give a nod. She seems to be all about these proverbs, in case you haven't noticed that yet.
So are we alone now?
I think we're alone now.
You're all in a long hallway. Looking over the railing, you can see down to where you were at the bottom floor, or you can go into your respective rooms or jam into one. I mean, you can all fit in one, just not for sleeping.
Pack them like sardines.
Yeah.
So Emil will just groan. Oh, I hate friendly people. She just would not leave.
She talks a lot.
It's too cheerful here.
I mean,
Wow. Well, this is
we
interesting.
were asking her a bunch of questions too, that kept her from leaving. Yeah,
Some more.
this
Some
place is creepy.
This sending stone, how much are they worth? We
I
bought one once, didn't we?
think
Yes.
Kaylin bought one.
I've
Pardon me while I scramble.
no, I've bought my share before. As I pull up the D&D shop catalog.
It's between 1 and 500, so
Okay, that's what
if
I was
Grace is
thinking.
on.
That's what I thought.
If you want to
yeah,
do a history check, I can see like how accurate your thing is.
Yes, Kaelin was getting off a sheet.
History check was good. 23 total.
Okay. Yeah, Emil, you can't quite recall with that. But Oren, you remember that you bought it around 380 gold pieces, somewhere around there. High 300s.
Last time I paid for one set, it was 380.
Yeah, that's about right.
So Mortimer, Erwin, somebody with more knowledge than, say, Eckert.
No.
What malicious spell is on this stone that I've just accepted?
Let us find out.
He's the one who can identify stuff.
I will ritually cast. We got 15 minutes. We're sitting around just getting settled in.
But yeah, we're all going into one room.
Yeah.
More, you clean off like the desk to make room, like everyone's sort of kind of not super close, but like, oh, okay, I'll just set up over here. And ritually cast the identify spell?
That is correct.
Okay. You cast identify and find that this stone houses ascending spell only.
Okay.
No other magic affecting it.
I'll toss it back to Emil and say it's the real deal.
While we're in the room, Aron's going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
To see, focusing, I mean, I know these yahoos will show magic on them, but to see anything in the room itself.
Yahoo!
Yahoo!
Well, the room lights up with the magic on everybody's person. With all the magic items. However, nothing outside of that. The room seems to just be a room.
Oh, God.
There's no magic showing in the room either.
I'm a magic user. I'm okay. I sleep all night and I cast all day.
That's amazing.
Guys, I mean, we've been around, and every other place I've been to, there are, classes of people in every city. I mean, poor, rich, the vendors, the middle class, the working class. Everybody is the same here. It's almost like they're stamped out of a mold.
Yes, usually the cities that usually happens. I mean, not that what you're saying, but I mean the class thing.
Yeah. Just can't get away with it.
Welcome to luck, such a perfect.
I'm pretty convinced they're not going to let us leave with this sending sound, so
no.
Something's up. We should probably check the gates. See if there's any temples around. See if the clerics have any perspective, I guess. I can also see if there's a guild in town.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, not to cast any dispersions, but usually in a city where you get the real gossip is in the shadier places. Taverns. But it doesn't seem like everything's just the same. Rather dull.
Yeah.
Davania, you have any thoughts?
There's a bed. I can blah, 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 blah. I'm having a seizure apparently.
Words.
Words English. I can't do that today. Is there a bed in the room?
Is there a bed in the room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
One okie to another.
It's been a week.
Yeah. There's a bed.
It's been a week. Sorry. She's gonna sit down on the bed, put her staff behind. When you sit down and then you put something behind you on the bed, she's gonna do that. I lied to all of you earlier about not knowing why the city was moved. I know why.
It was you, wasn't it?
The old Miranda was burned down, and I burned it down.
Oh,
Oh,
that would explain why no ruins.
how did you burn down an entire city?
But not by choice.
No. Not by choice. Just pauses for a second, takes a really deep breath, like she's trying to calm her nerves, and opens up the pouch that she has on her side and starts taking out gemstones.
I think it's safe to say that Blueberry will climb up on the bed beside you and then like lay his head on your leg. Just doing the comfort dog thing.
She'll give him a pat. Malachite, moonstone, tiger eye, amethyst, ruby, fire opal,
Emil kneels in front of her as she's doing this.
star sapphire. And then she'll point to each one. She'll go from the malachite first to the rest of the stones. My father, Bryant. My mother, Marion. My brother, Galvin. She'll start choking up. My sister, Eva. My other sister, Sybil. My brother, John. And this one, she points to the last one, it's me. My family was working in the mines a long time ago. And seems to have thrived, apparently, while I was gone. Shakes her head and gives Blueberry a pat. I was kidnapped after my 18th birthday. And people raided creatures, people I even don't remember at this point anymore. Or town, city, whatever. God. We were raided, and a bunch of people were kidnapped. I was the only person in the town with the eye color that I have. Nobody really thought of it. After the fact, gives another deep sigh. Have any of you guys experienced torture before?
Aaron goes and sits next to her and just takes her hand. Yeah.
Take that tenfold. And they discovered that I had abilities. And that's when I discovered I had abilities. And I was used for those abilities. I was their slave, in a way, magically, I guess you could say. She actually takes her mask, pulls her mask down from her face and takes off her hood. And you guys will still see like the scars and stuff, but she's gonna start taking off her gloves and pushing her sleeves up, and the scars are up and down her arms, her inner forearms. Experiments, all sorts of things that I will not bore you with. So, one day, they decided that it would be a good day to go back home. My home. Squeezes Aaronwin's hand tighter. They commanded me to destroy my home. And I did. And I had to watch my family home burn. Not only heard their screams or anybody else's, friends, relatives, but when it was done, I didn't realize that I was screaming too.
Hey, Dad.
And not long after that, I escaped. Nomater came to me and helped me. After all the gods that I've prayed to. So, there's my shame. She takes another deep breath. And just stops petting Blueberry and takes her hand away from Aaronwin and gathers up the gemstones, puts them in her pouch again and ties it up. Picks up her staff, kind of clunks it down a little harder than usual. Mal is not who he says he is. This place was built on the backs of my family, my friends. It was built on lies. But we need to figure out how to undo those. Aside from what we're already doing.
Can I sit on your lap?
Are you
We
guys
will.
okay with that?
Mom.
Yes.
We will. We'll figure it out. We're mud willing.
That explains why we're here. Galithor was right to send me.
Galithor usually is right. Please don't tell him I said that. Please don't tell him I said that.
Davania's gonna give you like a really weird look, like, wait, you actually said that?
Aaron, as soon as you say, "Don't tell him I said that," Aaron just kind of grins.
Outside in the hallway, that little hallway between your doors and the rail that heads down over to the lower section, you hear heavy footfalls running down the hallway. Woo! Please tell me this bathroom's free! Oh! And that's where we'll take our bio break tonight. Whee! Perfect transition.
Someone's gonna cry on
10,
stream.
10 out of 10, Dan.
Nice. Thank you. For anyone who doesn't know, we take about a 10-minute bio break, and then we'll be back. We'll keep our audio live just to announce it.
So hot.
Yes. We'll keep it hot because we're hot. But we'll have our BRB screen up, so we'll catch y'all in about 10 minutes. Yay. All right. I will
I almost
just...
made myself cry.
Oh, it was so beautiful.
Hey, Dan.
All right, let's see. I get that. Whew.
Oh wait, it's a delay.
Here,
Never
please,
mind.
Not to mess the chair up.
Tea or no tea? That is the question. I see Kitty.
I'm just stuck like this now. Oh, I'm sorry. Did my talking wake you up? Apologize. Sorry.
I can hear him purr. That's the ASMR I need in my life. It's just purring cats.
Half donut votes for tea. Old school Nate says tea and cucumber sandwiches. If they're
Ooh,
available.
I've never had cucumber sandwiches.
I would highly recommend doing a high tea if you can find one around where you live. Not like
Yeah, they don't have
marijuana
those.
tea.
They don't have those in West Virginia.
Oh.
They may have some tea rooms in Oklahoma, so. Oh, I'm so sorry. Half said he's allergic to cats.
Oh, that's
But-
a problem.
Tasha's too. My sister has a dog, so I don't know
Used to
how. You used to be?
Yeah, when I was younger.
And then you grew it.
I actually, I was always allergic to my. What are you like attacking me about? I was always allergic to my aunt's cats, and then I got a cat of my own because my parents. I kept like crying for one and kept saying that I wanted one, and so my parents got me a kitten, and I stopped being allergic.
That's
I wasn't.
weird.
I didn't sneeze around cats ever again.
Huh.
I don't. Yeah.
You can outgrow allergies.
Yeah.
So.
Went down.
It's like, no. Just reposition me, mother. There we go. Ooh, I will have to try that old school night. Yeah. I attack you because you moved. Adveropotamus. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but that's what they said. And because you don't move.
Neuropotamus? They're.
Yeah.
I said it so well the other day, and it's not hitting me right now. Bear. Just call it. Just say bear.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say bear. But your name is cool. I like your name. I had some tea, but here's the problem. All my all my tea is high caffeinated.
Oh yeah, you need to get some herbal tea that's non-caffeinated. I drink
Want to
ginger like
sleep.
all day. I drink about 4, maybe sometimes 5 cups of ginger tea a day.
Bear sleepy time tea makes me sleepy, but that is
Hence the name.
I know. I have to get up after stream tonight. I have to. I say this every time when I have to get up early. But I just stick around. But I am going hiking tomorrow.
Ooh, you'll need your rest.
Yeah.
How far are you going hiking?
I have to travel to Talco because I'm carpooling with some of my friends. Well, club members, because we're going. Our sign language club is going because it's a deaf awareness week this week, and so tomorrow's the last day of the awareness, and so we're having a lunch and we're gonna hike. So I don't know how long the hiking trail is, but
Are you done?
he's too comfortable.
Well, I don't know if he just like leaned over, but he almost fell out. He almost fell on my arms.
Yeah, the last time I hiked, I zip lined through Colorado Springs. I think one of the that's gonna bug me. We hiked and then we zip lined through the Colorado mountains. Mom, You know when we hiked and ziplined? What was that? Like the falls, right? Well, anyway, we hiked and ziplined through the mountains of Colorado Springs, so it was really fun. That's the last time I hiked.
Higgler's pork rinds? Like, how? What does that even mean? What do you use? So weird. Sir.
He's like, cards, I must play.
Listen. I cannot just sit like this. I must move.
Is he asleep?
No, he's looking around. You know, I bet the other people in the house are probably wondering where you are. They're probably thinking you're off getting into trouble somewhere because you're not usually in here this long. Sir, you cannot go to sleep like this. Listen. Justice. You cannot. You cannot. Listen.
He's like, I must stay with mother.
This is ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Listen, I can't even like. Can I not even?
You're stuck.
Yep.
You'll be there all night.
Listen. I just need it. I just need to reach my mouse. Can I?
No.
Can I reach it?
No.
Dev. You got a kitty baby. It looks like
So
you're holding a
content.
baby.
This is my life now.
Yep.
Oh, the kitty. Oh, sleepy
You're
kitty.
adorable.
Oh.
This has been going on, what, for 5-10 minutes
Since
now?
break began, yeah.
Oh no. That sounds like trouble.
Oh, my face. My face.
Yeah, I ended up doing a
Horsey
round
says, you have been enslaved.
I have been enslaved by a kitten. A kitty.
Meow.
I've been smiling too much and my cheeks hurt.
Mm.
Hey, that's a good thing.
Word.
I got distracted by Kitty
I'll put
and
her-
did not have time to get
Little brother fur.
Kitty. Danny put that in chat.
Nice.
Wait, what is it? I don't watch Big Bang, but I know the reference.
Oh yeah, soft kitty, warm kitty. Little ball of fur.
Yep.
Something sleepy kitty. Purr, purr, purr.
Oh, that sounds adorable.
I need to-
want this. Oh yeah. Oh notes. Oh notes.
Wow.
Living the life.
Tasha,
Really?
it's been a saga with Justice with Steph.
He's really falling asleep.
Shh.
He's like, I want to be with mom. Your mom.
He wants to fly. Wait, wake up, kitty.
Just dreaming.
Emergency drill.
I picture cats not doing well in kitty hammocks. I thought, oh, little kitty hammock. Like, no, they'd probably freak out.
Oh.
Up.
Aww. That's a ball.
Cute kitty.
Okay, good.
Well, at least I can use the mouse this way, so thank you.
Oh, good.
I'm looking
Someone
at pork.
say mouse?
I'm looking at pigless pork rinds.
Oh.
Can we like?
It sounds like an oxymoron. But,
Yeah.
But okay,
That's
yeah.
that there's a disconnect there.
And no longer pork
No
rinds.
pig, no pork.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't say pork if you. Hey, Zeltaris.
Zeltaris, thank
Hey, Zeltaris.
you. Huzzah! Thank you for the raid.
Welcome, Raiders.
Nice. Well, I
Hey,
think with that we'll
Zeltaris.
jump in since we usually miss Zeltaris, like we start our break. Says this is exciting. So happy to have you here, Zeltaris. Thank you.
Always.
Much appreciated. Yes, you rock. So we find ourselves in the city Miranda, with the crew getting their rooms. Getting their rooms set up here at the Harvest Inn and boarding house, but all piling into one room. Oh, Zelda, that's so great. All piling into one room to kind of discuss matters like what's going on.
No.
Like what's going on with the city and such. Of course, they then heard footfalls outside, someone running to the bathroom in an emergency status. However, shortly following that, you hear that same voice scream, "Ah! No!" down the hall.
Oh.
They didn't have a coffee, did they?
Arn will go and check it out.
Okay.
We will follow.
All right.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
stick my head out the door.
Okay.
Eric will lock and load and follow.
Oh, nice.
I'll
Business.
head
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
What's all this then?
So for Rain, you're kind of trying to see past the others as they're heading down to this room at the end of the hallway. Narrow, like 5 foot wide hallway here. Again, left side is the rail that looks over down a few floors into the bottom level of the tavern, of the inn. Right hand wall, all the doors for your different apartments. But down the end here, as you approach the bathroom, the individual just like with a face of shock looking into the bathroom. That's what you see, Rain, from there. Orin leading, and then everyone following Orin. As you look in past this person carefully, sort of, it's all right, pulling them out. You see an individual that has unfortunately died literally on the can, because that's effectively how it works here at medieval times. However, they had assistance in dying in that they were murdered. Clearly, they have a dagger still sticking out of their chest. But it looks like they've been there for, I don't know. It's tough to tell. You can do some medicine check if you want, but it looks not too old.
Rain would like to do a medicine check, and
Okay.
yeah, and
Is the seat still warm?
16.
Nice. Do you want to check the seat, Garrick? You're welcome. There's no room for it, is there? Just teasing. That's all. I love Garrick. Rain, 16. So you can tell that they've been dead minimum of an hour.
Wait, so dead? Like dead?
Oh,
like,
they're completely dead. They're pale. Their pallor is very, very weak and gray. There's enough blood in the pot and around to know that they're gone. They've been gone for at least an hour. You're not sure beyond that.
Okay.
Was it someone from our caravan?
No, you do not recognize him.
You said. Go ahead.
Davania's gonna pull out the knife and take a look at it and see if there's any magic on it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna expect the dagger. I was gonna ask if it was a dagger. You said because
a dagger.
I wasn't really paying attention.
No worries. Yes, Davania pulls it out. You see it's a dagger-length blade. Fairly simplistic dagger. Nothing too fancy. Not kitchen cutlery. Clearly a dagger, but just a run-of-the-mill dagger. Davania, you don't sense any magic off of it as you pull it from this probably 7-foot-something furbolg. Short-cropped pink hair. Maybe middle-aged male furbolg, as best you can tell. I mean, you can tell because they were on the pot, so definitely a male furbolg.
Just like holding it like this. Rain, there's no magic on this.
He's been dead for an hour. What is going on?
And the hilt isn't decorated or anything, right? It's like a basic.
Mm-hmm. Very basic. You hear some other people are opening their doors from across the way, and kind of looking out. What's...
She releases the dagger onto the floor.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
yeah.
if I were you, I'd put that on the floor.
As people are sticking their heads out, I like glance down the end of the hallway and I'll cast prestidigitation to make like some small little fireworks go off on the opposite end of the hallway from us, so people pay attention to that instead of us.
Bing, 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 bing. They start ringing their bells down there, like
just like cute little like flower fireworks, nothing like extreme or scary. Just like look over there.
Nice.
No, I swear. Davania in the bathroom with a knife.
Nice. Aha! It was, some of the staff come up and they head down towards the fire. The people ring the bells over by the purity fireworks display. And Aloth runs up along with them and heads over down to the lot of you down at the end of the bathroom here, near the bathroom. Whew! What's everyone back up? I am certified medic. What? Oh, all right.
I think they're beyond a medic.
Yeah.
Well, that's just unfortunate. This poor soul.
Does this happen often?
I can safely say I haven't had a murder here to date, so no. I'm assuming by the dagger next to their body they were done in by someone. Well, I guess I'll... Alright, I better call the constabulary force. I guess everyone settle in, and I'll be right back. She'll head downstairs to use a sending stone. Emil, were you down here?
No, Emil was going to watch the stairs from the front door to see what was going on.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of sitting. I think you said there was a railing that we could see down, so probably there at the top of the stairs. Just see if anything weird is going on downstairs.
Okay. Just some more people as more bells go off and everything is having a cascading effect down the different floors. You even see a couple people on the 4th floor, these permanent residents and otherwise, that come out and take a quick look around with some interest, but seem to go back to their rooms. Anyone in the room? So I think this is Rain, Davania, Mort, Oren, and Garrick. Aaron, when are you? No, you're like in the hallway-ish, right? Or are you down in the room?
I'll be with everyone.
Okay. Then you all can make an investigation check if you wish. If you have any desire to look around the room and assess the situation.
I'm going to take some incense out of my pouch, and I'm going to cast Speak with Dead.
Okay, nice.
Mort has put on his trench coat, and he rolled a 30. 30 for investigation.
Damn!
Wait, what? Oh, you have a plus 11 to investigation.
Nice.
Ow.
Garrick rolled a natural 20 for a total of 25.
CSI is on the scene.
No kidding. That
No,
is
I'm kidding.
Oh, wait.
I rolled a 7.
Poor Aaron, what's going on tonight?
I have a -1 to my investigation.
Well, that
okay.
would explain something.
Get
I
rid of some
still
dice.
haven't rolled anything above
Put those dice in jail, girl.
They're brand new, and look how shiny they are. And I've used a different die every single time. Every single time it's been
Don't use the
different.
new die. Don't use you don't use the new die on first when you first get them. Yeah.
Aaron's going to be keeping a close eye on any officials coming in to look at the body, or
Okay.
anyone that works at this place, or anyone that they bring in.
Okay.
And just going to keep an eye on them just to see to gauge their reactions,
Okay.
and to try and see if they're if they kind of try to listen in to see if they say anything to each other, yeah.
Okay. So far, your assessment yields that, and the patrons are definitely very alarmed. Of course, many of these are new to the city, and this is not really what they were expecting, so they're a bit nervous. But the staff also seem to be a little unnerved. This is not par for the course for them. They seem to be a bit shaken. You see some of them talking, comforting one another, in other parts after they leave.
Aaron will speak up. Should we call someone? We need to call police. Should I go and get a constabulary?
The
I think
the-
Alroth
what's her?
went to get
Yeah,
that, yeah.
she's going to do that.
Okay.
We need to do this quick. And I'm gonna cast Speak with Dead.
Okay.
Have it
Personally,
interesting.
I don't know if I would trust any officials here in the city, in all honesty.
That's why I'm doing this. And then
So you begin
I-
casting Rain Speak with Dead. Garrick and Mort, your investigation checks yield some of the obvious. Murdered. There, you don't see any signs. There's a window in the back for airing things out. You do not see any signs of forced entry in either the door or the window. You both notice, almost at the same time with those amazing rolls, a library book. It has the library thing sticking out of the back still that is fallen open on the floor. And while you're investigating and noticing that, Rain, you cast Speak with Dead. And can you just roll an Arcana check as you do that for me, if you would mind?
oh, jeez. Oh.
You can roll it with
okay.
advantage. This is right up your alley. So,
Okay, cool. Good. Okay. You said Arcana?
Please, with advantage.
Okay, so that's a 10. I don't know why I didn't take my... Oh, I'll take the 10.
Okay. Is that 10 total?
Yeah, 10 total.
Okay.
I rolled a d20, and it's a +1. It's an 8, so I roll it.
Gotcha.
So I'll take that 10.
Okay. So the spell, oddly, fails.
Wait,
And
what?
you know that, A, they can't be undead. This person clearly doesn't appear undead. Or B, the spell only fails if A, they're undead, or B, this same spell has been cast on them within the past 10 days, or as recently as, say, an hour or two. And with a 10, you know, you kind of have a feeling like maybe someone else was after some information that they weren't getting.
Mort will pick up the book and put it in his backpack.
Ooh, okay. As you pick the book up, you see the name seems a little strange, maybe for a book. How to Beat the Common Cold is the title of the book.
Some light reading before you go to sleep.
Who goes to sleep in the bathroom? Garrick. What?
I mean, people read in the bathroom, right?
Especially in a shared bathroom, that's rather rude. I mean,
Wait, did you tell any of us about that, or are you just kind of like?
for now, yes, I will tell. Mort has the intention of telling everybody, but not amongst the crowd. Basically, how did we get so many people in a bathroom?
Sort of staggered out the door into the hallway, I imagine.
Right.
Let's hope.
Yeah, just for after doing, if that's all I found, Mort will sort of leave the bathroom, sort of feigning, oh my God, there's a dead body in the bathroom, kind of, just to anybody who's watching.
Yeah. Okay. After a little while, the the constabulary force arrives. They're just akin to the guards, but not quite the same. Still very similar. And Eloth points them upstairs and begins heading up the stairs with them. So, Oren, you catch all that. There's maybe 5 that arrive. And a few of them fan out to sort of calm people down, organize the scene. Excuse me. Another 2 start going up the stairs, one on the first floor, another on the second floor, just going around, settling things down. You hear them start taking accounts of what people saw. But one of them comes over, it seems to be leading the pack, and down the hall towards those of you that are still down by the bathroom.
Dan?
Yeah.
This is just out of the blue. Do I see any spirits just lingering in the bathroom? Specifically the fur ball. Fur ball.
Let's see. Yeah, you don't.
Okay, I will just assume that ability that the Raven Queen gave me is gone. So.
You have seen some since then when you were checking on back at the keep, I think it was. So you have seen some of that since then.
Oh,
just
okay.
So you know.
Okay, cool.
Davania's gonna walk out into the hallway and try to push past people and then get out of the way and kind of just stand against the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, Oren's still standing there in the hallway.
All right. Well, this is a maybe mid-100s mountain dwarf. Crop curled, red hair and brown eyes, rough pink skin, about 3'6", kind of a beefy build, and he has really angular features and his huge goatee that just is braided and braided and braided and braided like 2 feet, which is like 2/3 of his height. Right. Well, what is it you're all doing? What happened? I heard, understand there's a murder? Murder? and you all discovered it, eh?
Yes.
No, wasn't us.
Oh, yeah, we didn't discover it.
Can you point me to discover that?
Do we see
the screamer?
Yeah, the screamer.
They're still over. Oh, all right. If you'll come with me for a minute, just wait, and I'll wave the guard that's on the second floor over. I'd like you to give your everything that you experience, your testimony to this gentleman here, and take your time, recount everything you can. Appreciate it. Then we'll get you a nice warm blanket and something to eat, and ushers him over there. Oh, and he's gonna step past you all in the hallway. Well, that's so sorry you all had to see that. That's a grisly sight.
Indeed.
Ooh,
Quite disturbing. And Morton's going to start shuffling off towards the room. Like, all right, nothing to see here. Everything's under control. Kind of move.
Okay.
Where did the officer? Where did the officer take the person for the? Are they still just standing there in the hallway to give the account, or?
They're walking down the hallway. Closer to the room that you came from is where that other guard is. Is going to give his testimony to.
Okay. Aran's gonna kind of not stand, of course, right beside them, but just in possible hearing distance.
Okay.
And just seem as nonchalant, just kind of like lean against the wall, maybe writing in a journal or something, fiddling with something in his bag.
Okay. Oops. From that person, you hear, and the guard is asking pretty straightforward questions and trying to be calming and drawing out the information while it's fresh in their memory, sharing the importance of doing it now while it's accurate, and reinforcing they'll be cared for, get a blanket, get everything they need. And you're hearing them run down about, how badly they had to use the bathroom, and then, oh crap, I never used the bathroom. And then this, I walked in and there was this, the furbolg with a dagger in his chest, and so on and so forth. Not really saying anything outside of what you all noticed. It was really like before they screamed and you all safely, pulled them out of the room and away from the site.
Okay.
The investigator that's down with the rest of you down in the bathroom is, it's interesting that the dagger jumped out of his body like that. I'm assuming that someone was worried for his health, perhaps, thought he was alive, and someone pulled this. I assume it's one of you or one of the other guests. It's alright if so, it's not something you come across every day. But if you found it like this, that's important for me to catalogue.
Yeah, sorry about that. I kind of freaked out, didn't really know what to do.
It's alright.
Just panic.
Sure. It's not something you see every day, a dead body. So
yeah, no, definitely haven't seen any dead bodies before.
Alright, well, I appreciate you doing what you felt was best.
Yes, sorry about that. But he was most definitely. It was not out of the body.
Alright. Was there anything else that was disturbed?
I don't think. I mean,
The peace and quiet.
I apologize for that. This doesn't really happen that here too frequently. Alright, well, let me get you back to your rooms and we can come down and get your account one at a time, and then you'll be free to do as you please. We just need to get everyone's account to get a better understanding of what happened here. Kind of try and usher everyone back towards wherever their rooms are.
I'm just to say that I'm fairly new to the city. Do you have a curfew here?
No.
Just checking.
Right.
Thank you.
Sorry.
And he'll go back to his room.
Okay. They're going to go down and just kind of get everyone's testimony. I'm assuming no one's going to mention the library book, so I'll skip over that. Okay, ultimately they leave after an hour or so. That bathroom's cordoned off and closed and sealed. And they've asked everyone their questions, and they have left. Aloth, of course, is setting things up for just an extra round. There's some drinks to calm nerves. There's some fresh food, even though it's after lunchtime in the late afternoon here. Just getting things, some comfort food, some of those drinks, libations. Do you all partake, or do you all have something else you want to do? You've got you're all welcome to congregate again if you wish and discuss whatever.
I'm gonna follow Mort.
Yeah, Mort will be in his room, and he's going to be examining the book to make sure it is about how to beat the common cold.
Okay.
And see if there's anything else in the book, like if it's a library book, it should have a library card and stuff like that, or a slot for anything else in the book, notations. quick scan the book to see
Sure.
if that's what the book is about.
All right, go ahead and make an investigation check if you would. Morton, you can do it with advantage since you've got the time.
I got the time.
While you're doing that, Aaron will be like, "Hey, I can if there's anything hidden and written in there, I can reveal that too.
All
Once
right.
you're done with your
That's very handy. That's
Okay.
good.
one of these days, it'll be useful."
23.
23, nice. I'm going to backtrack a little bit in that when Emil, while all this was going on, and you were standing up near the top of the staircase watching down, there was a little something that you heard from the floor above you, this fourth floor where the permanent residents live. And it was a whisper. This happens more often than they'll tell you. If you were to look up, you don't sounds like someone's like almost laying on the floor whispering over the edge to you.
Yeah, give me a second here. I'm gonna get my spell up.
It's Eckerd time. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I seem to recall I had an Eckert spell that would do.
Oh, did it not
Yeah,
get moved
okay.
over?
Minor illusion can do a whisper sound.
Ooh.
I think Emil will. I guess casting the spell would be pretty obvious. Maybe this isn't going to work how I want it to.
You could do a stealth check first to see like how much cover you have, where people's attention is. I mean, if you wanted to gauge whether or not you feel it might be a success.
Yeah, can I do a stealth and kind of like really what I want to know is whether or not it's safe, because I don't really want to be seen casting a spell that's super obvious. So.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead and make a stealth check if you would. I'm even going to say do it at advantage because there's so much going on. There's fireworks. There's bells ringing off the hook.
There we go.
I did the fireworks thing once.
It's distracting enough for these simple folks. That's terrible. But they really are. They don't experience a lot of fancier stuff like that. Okay. You feel like you've got the timing down to quickly cast this and no one's going to see you.
Okay. Just a quick whisper up in that general direction. Tell me more. Where can we meet?
Okay. And you get a response. Ooh, where are they going to pick? The Boar's Bench. 4 o'clock. And you've heard the Boar's Bench when you were getting your initial tour. That's one of the leaner food places.
I will note that, and I guess keep watching until everything settles down. I won't go into Mort's room or anything like that until everything's kind of settled down. I want to watch the investigation and the comings and goings.
Okay. So I'll fast forward back again, and most of that has died down. They finally leave. Coast is clear, and Mort, goes. Probably let's, everyone know, or I don't want to step on your toes if you don't. That's fine, but that he's going to go check things out if he wanted to collect a meal. What was your roll again? 20 something?
Or for me it was 23 for the investigation on the library book.
Okay, you have found that this book belongs to the Miranda Public Library, which you now recall the rough location in the city during your tour. It probably would have piqued your interest at least a little bit, but it seemed like there probably wasn't going to be anything spectacular there compared to what you have in your own library and mental library as well. Let's see. There are a number of oddly bookmarked pages. They have little corners flipped down, and it doesn't really make sense. There's no particular sequence from it, but on each page where that corner is folded down, there's always a mention in one form or another of life after death. Always the great beyond, or someone dies, or it's this common cold book, right? But they're talking about death. They're talking it. Yeah, the wording in this book is really, it does not read like a normal book. Things are very flowery, and it does not seem like a medical how to beat the common cold. That's the only correlating factor among the 9 different pages that it has the corner folded.
I'll give the book to Erwin and say, give it your best shot.
Okay, so I will spend a sorcery point to activate my forehead rune.
Okay.
And then I will immediately expend it. Let's see, to cause any hidden magical marks, runes, wards, or glyphs within 15 feet of you to reveal themselves. So I'll have the book opened on my lap, and then I'll do that.
Okay. You light up and then immediately expend this, and that magic flows out into the room, but does not illuminate anything. No runes or sequences hidden in the book.
I don't think I have ever found anything with this ability before.
No, it's such a cool thing, too. No, I think you did in the tower when it was all busted, right? Did you,
Maybe once.
Yeah.
One of these days it'll be more useful.
Clutch, yeah.
Well, there's nothing magically hidden there, at least.
Interesting. What's going to really quick, because he has this paper and ink on him, he is going to write down verbatim the 9 pages that he found the earmarks on.
Okay.
What's the last name of the person who borrowed the book? So the person who's currently borrowing the book. Is that written in there?
It is indeed.
What is it?
I thought I would have found that on my investigation check then.
Nope. Not just kidding.
I looked at everything but the library card.
There's a boatload of names on there, but if you want the last one,
the last name,
yeah,
check that.
Yeah, so the one that doesn't have a returned date on it.
All right, let me grab. Where are they?
Too busy looking for all the complicated stuff.
All right, let me get rid of. I just have to grab them. Come on. Okay. All right. Anathren Galathaniel.
No relation.
That's amazing.
Damn.
I will spell that out. Sorry, let me get this moved down, and we'll. all right. Here we go. ANI.
ANI.
THREN.
Right.
Last name is GALATHANIEL. Anathren Galathaniel.
All right. You will note that as well. And actually, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Looking at Erwin and thinking about that, he's also going to write down everyone else who's on that card who's checked the book in and out.
Oh, okay. You can.
You don't have to give me the
Yeah,
names
you
now.
right there. There's another like.
Just as a now, I know who else checked the book in and out.
There are 4 other names. This is not a popular book. There are 4 names prior to the 2 that you now have.
But yeah, I can bet you $10 that. Nah, never mind. I have a theory. Mort has a theory.
Nice.
Is everyone in the room with them, or is it just Mort and Aaron?
I certainly wouldn't have let anybody who wanted to come in could come in if they wanted to and help.
Okay. Aaron probably would have came in.
Okay.
I will share my findings. Look,
Interesting.
he's interesting. Yeah, I mean, and I'll actually, yeah, as I'm copying them, I'll show the annotated pages to them as well.
Okay.
We'll have to ask around and see if anybody knew them. Because if the murdered person isn't this elephant one, then it's quite possibly that they're the murderer.
So what was the text in there again?
Generally, and I show him the pages that I actually the book's there. I'll just hand him the book.
Okay.
No, but what was the text? Dan, did you read out a text? I'm sorry.
Nope. It was just a lot of.
Yeah. A feeling about all the 9 individual pages had something to do with. Now this is odd in a book about beating the common cold, about life after death.
And there's nothing else on the pages other than them being marked down?
Correct.
I wonder... And the text is mixed in with like other text on that same page, or does it seem like the entire page is from?
Yeah, it's part of the book. It's just the book reads really weird, very flowery.
Okay. But just on the pages that are bookmarked, or no?
I mean, he didn't check
thing.
He didn't check. You can read the whole book if you want to see if there's any other.
I mean, Arn would probably ask to flip through.
Okay. I would welcome that. More heads than better than one.
You find that make an investigation check, actually, Orin, if you would, as you skim through.
Warren or Arn? Okay, sorry.
Orin.
Wow, so similar. Okay. Investigation. We'll just make this in game. There we go. Be kind to me. Oh, 11. No, it was not kind.
Yeah, you flip through and you find one other page later on after all the pages with folded corners that also references death or life beyond death, something related from that point on in this flowery speech without the page folded.
Well, I would say the page markings definitely signal something. Maybe if we ask about the book at the library?
Yeah, I was thinking that. I think either today if there's time or tomorrow.
Don't let them know that we, of course,
we found this book in an alley.
You know, perhaps we can ask about it and pretend like we know what it's about. Maybe try to see if the librarian knows as well. They might not, but depends on how large the library is, which, seeing this town, I would assume pretty large, unfortunately.
Yeah, but now that you say that, a large town and only 5 people have checked this book out.
Oh. Yes, that's interesting.
I mean, personally, I'd like to know how to defeat the common cold, so I'm surprised it isn't more popular.
Yeah. I would say we ask the library first, and then we can go digging into the other people who've checked it out.
Because I think Erwin has mentioned something, and I think it's rather important, that the last person to take this book could be either the deceased or the murderer.
True.
So,
That is a possibility.
yeah, we got to be coy about our questioning to the librarian. You know how exciting they can be.
Oh, can they?
Yeah, I found this. But I'm a book guy, you know.
Gotcha. Yes, okay. Sounds like a plan.
Excellent. Outstanding.
All right. As you all land on what you might want to do with Davania's.
Go ahead. Yeah, I was going to say, let's see what the others want to do.
Well, have things settled down outside because Emil isn't here for all of this.
Oh.
Emil's focused on the building and stuff like that. So.
They have all packed up, left. There's sort of some drinks being served to take the edge off. There's some food that Aloth has set up, but the constabulary force, they've talked to everyone and they've left.
Okay, Emil will come into Mort's room and relay the conversation that there's a rumor this happens more often than they would lead you to believe, and that Emil's going to meet somebody to try and get some more information. I won't reveal the time and place because Emil kind of wants to go on his own.
Interesting. The plot thickens.
Honestly, that doesn't surprise me. Just because you saw how the innkeeper reacted, right?
Yeah.
Did you check the 4th floor?
Not yet.
So, like, if this thing didn't happen that often, I would be freaking out. I would normally be freaking out too if we hadn't done what we do. But yeah, normal people should be freaking out. So the innkeeper wasn't freaking out. That's
No, but they were a little surprised about it happening. I'm usually pretty good at reading people. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll be right back. And Aaron's going to go and check out the 4th floor, Dan.
Okay. The rooms up here appear to be a little more spacious. Not grand by any standard, but a little more spacious as the doors are a fair bit further apart than the other 3 floors. However, they're all closed. All the doors seem to be closed. You see in the light that's coming through from this side and through the windows some, shadows of legs every so often, and on a couple of them walk back and forth or up to the door and walk away like they're looking to see through the door, through a crack, or, who's out there, who's walking outside on the 4th floor. But
and nothing near the area that looks over at the stairs.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
During this time, Derek's gonna be he's gonna grab a brass plate out of his pack and his letter punches, and he's just gonna start tinkering a sign in the hallway.
Okay. Tink, tink, tink. Bending and tapping. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. Well, we can let time advance until around that meal meeting time, and the rest of you are heading to the library. We can do that. Don't forget, of course, that Davania has probably found you've all kind of congregated again at some point. with Davania sharing all that information about her past and the situation here, in case that gives any insight or food for thought. I just wanted to put that back out there too.
Aaron would, like, once they're congregated again, would try to probably awkwardly catch Davania, not exactly by herself, but not, like, engaged in conversation with anyone specifically, and just kind of go and stand by her to kind of awkwardly start a conversation. So I understand you're going to the government center.
Yes.
I understand. Well, you have history. I've worked a lot with governments. That was part of my job before. If you need anyone to go with you, I'd be willing. But I understand if you need to go alone or if you want to take someone else. Just offering my services if you need. Give a little slight head bow.
Sure, we'll return the head bow and say, I think at this point, we're going to use all the help that we can get. I would appreciate it if you would come along.
He'll kind of nod his head in agreement. I'll let the librarians know that I will be not going to the library this evening then. And he'll kind of like turn and go towards Mort and Aaron and let them know that he won't be accompanying them to the library. If they go this evening.
Okay.
Yeah, not a definite, but we'll consider it.
I think the two of you have it all settled anyway, so I'm going to be heading with Davania over to the center.
Okay. All right, adding a note here. All right. So you'll head to the library roughly around the same time. Emil, just after they kind of head out, is roughly the time for you to head over to the other place. So I'm going to jump in. I'm going to follow Emil here first, I think, to the Boar's Bench. It's maybe like a 10-minute walk from the tavern. You can smell a lot of the different meats cooking here. They have a smoker out back, which smells delicious. A number of grills set up out back too, barbecuing up a bunch of this meat, and there's corn and other tasty goods cooking out there.
Because Emil's a suspicious type person, was I followed here?
Ooh, make a perception check if you want, with advantage, given that's part of your nature. And it's an urban setting, so. Oh, right. Oh, what you got? Oh, okay. Clearly that's a good skill for you. As you take a peek around, you do not, you're very confident that no one has followed you.
Yep, thanks. All right, I guess Emil will just... If there's a table in a corner or a table that I can see the whole room from, I think that makes sense for Emil to do.
Okay. All right, there is, in fact, a couple to choose from. One has a better vantage point, so I bet you can head over to that one. And you sit down. I won't go through the whole, ordering process, but do you want any food or anything to, eat or drink?
Both, yeah, eat and drink, yeah.
Okay, cool. They have some really tasty stuff here. It seems to be not Felix level, but somewhere between the huge and Felix. and about halfway through your meal, you've watched a number of people come in. Some people that definitely look the role, that might fit that voice, that tinier, more high pitched voice, and some that look a little shadier perhaps than others. But at one point, dressed in a cloak with the hood pulled up, trying to obscure the face but not doing a fantastic job, is a young woman, probably early to mid 20s. You can see she has some blonde hair. It looks like really short, curly blonde hair, kind of sticking down past the hood. Very clear blue eyes. She looks in. Some of the sunlight hits him, and you can see him from across the room here. Copper skin, and so she looks around a bit, kind of sees you, and then pretends to look around a little bit more until the host asks where she wants to sit, and she says something to the host, and then the host gestures her in, and she just walks on her own around and approaches your table. Might I sit?
Oh, you're Dev's cousin, aren't you? Yes, please, by all means, sit.
Yes. Thank you. She pulls up a seat and gets a little bit comfy. Well, this is a rather good spot. She pulls down, and you see more of that same look. Clearly wasn't doing the best job. But she she squints a bit, as though there's not that there's any bright light here, but you do notice her squinting a fair bit. But it seems to be just some natural reflex to her being kind of nervous. Hello. Yes, so the food looks delicious. I think I'll get to some same in a minute. Leans forward a bit. I'm Mimri. I whispered to you beforehand.
Emil, nice to meet you.
Pleasure. And there's you picked a really good spot. There's no one seated nearby, and at lowish to mid volume, no one's going to hear you. I'm sorry you had to see whatever happened down there. That's the first time someone's been killed there. But I know it happens a lot in this city, and I try and warn people sometimes because I'm just so sick of seeing it, the fakeness of this place. But nobody really listens to me. I was a little surprised to see you here.
Well, I appreciate you trying to help people out. And I agree, it's a little strange here. What can you tell me safely?
Well, I have to be careful, of course. I just know that there are some people that come here that are very inquisitive, and people that can just feel that something isn't right here. But once they start looking, they usually end up like that person in the bathroom. There's a lot of people that go missing, and I overheard some people talking about their being here to find their missing loved ones. But they usually find themselves again, like that person in the bathroom. But there's a lot that doesn't add up here, Emil. I strongly dislike this place, but I can't leave.
Why can't you?
There's someone that won't let me leave, and if I left, they'd send people after me, and I'm not really built to handle life on the run or evade people.
Is that true for everyone or just you?
I think, well, I'm sure some others, but not everyone. Some people, well, they live here and they live that dream that they sell to everybody. But there's a lot of people that just go missing. And other people that speak up to the mayor or want to form groups to protest or to otherwise go against the mayor's plans sometimes, and the leaders will disappear. And there's always a story about how they packed up and left, or changed their minds entirely, or were paid off by something to sell the lie, I think. I mean, I don't know. A lot of this is my speculation too. I do know people are missing now. One of my friend's parents both went missing, and he hasn't seen them since. I don't know what goes on, but it's not good.
You seem very observant.
I have... Yeah. So you see her struggling with sharing a bit of information that she's worried will put her in danger. I'm just going to say with your insight, since it's on point. And you can read her. She's very easily readable. I can't give all the details because I have a hard time trusting. I don't know. I never know who I can trust and who I can't. Sometimes I just get so fed up that I was so worried that another...
Emil will pull out his holy symbol.
Oh, okay.
Holy symbol of Hermod, and say it's sometimes it's difficult because the choices we make can lead to good luck or bad luck, but if we make the right choices and plan and believe in ourselves and trust the right people, then good things can happen and change can happen. And then Emil will put his holy symbol away.
You see her breathe a sigh partially of relief, like a little more comfort, but also facing down the thought of sharing this information is a little scary to her. Well, I can say that I am the daughter of someone that is considered important here, and I have a bit of a front row seat to these mysterious disappearances, and I've even heard directly from some of the important people very vague speak about some of the leaders of these bands of people. Before they go missing, they talk about them, and in vague terms will talk about something happening to them. Not quite that blatant. And I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm wrong about a lot, but it just doesn't add up, and there's clearly something wrong.
How long have you lived in Miranda?
Longer than I would ever want. I think it's maybe 5.5 years now.
Okay, I was trying to figure out whether or not she was from the old village or was a new person. Okay, that's fine.
Just be careful if you or any of your friends are the inquisitive type and you're looking after what's happening here. Just always watch your back. It is not always this peaceful place.
Well, we are the inquisitive types. If you feel yourself in danger, seek me out. I'll do what I can. But for now, it seems like you have a good knack for staying alive, so
I'm trying.
recommend you keep doing so.
Thank you, Emil, for listening and taking me seriously. I hope your friends leave the city. But if you're here, I hope you stay safe.
We should be here for a few weeks, perhaps. But
Okay.
if when we leave, if you'd like to join us, perhaps we could hire you as an escort or a guard.
Oh.
Think about it. Keep it in mind.
Yeah. You see her immediately go off into thought, considering pros and cons, but sort of excited at the prospect. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I forgot. I have to leave. Perhaps we can do this, try again, another time?
Absolutely. Will do say hi to Dav for me. Give him my best.
Of course. They'll be so happy to hear from you. Take care. Sorry again. She pulls up the cloak and begins to hustle out of the tavern.
So 2 quick things before we go on to the next thing. A general insight for how sincere they were and to make sure they weren't like a plant from the government, and just a quick perception of the room to see if anybody's kind of watching Beanry go or watching me or whatever.
Okay, go for it.
I'll roll them in the tower if you want to go on to the next thing.
Okay. All right. I'll say as you're rolling those, everyone else is on their way over. I think everyone else is on their way over to the, oh my goodness, the library. And Emil, I'll say that with the insight, she's very easily readable. After all, it does in fact seem very genuine. Everything she said, definitely not a plant of any sort, or she was true to what she was saying. Perception-wise, yeah, you picked a really good spot. There was no one else that seemed to be keeping an eye on you or trying to listen in. All right. Now, is it everyone else? Rain, are you with everyone else as they head to the library?
I think it was just me and Mort going to the library.
Okay.
I was gonna say, like, Rain would headed down to the tavern to see if there was anybody around.
Oh, okay. All right. Which you're going to like to the bottom level here to mingle,
Yeah.
or you go? Okay. Yeah. As you go to the bottom level, is anyone else down here eating and drinking with the food supplied? I guess that would be Davania. Oren, you were following them to the library later, right? Or no? Where were you headed? Oren?
They were going to the library at the same time, around the same time that Davania was going to go to the government center. Then he would have went to the government center with Davania.
Okay. And Davania, I'm going to say that at one point, after all that nonsense, Beatrix would have arrived and told you that there was a meeting this afternoon set up, if you wish to take it, at the town hall regarding real estate, which would fall around this time in case that's something that you want to pursue. Rain, I'm going to say at the very least, as you step out to head down to the tavern section, you see Garrick sitting in the hallway, working on something, tinkering something.
I'll go towards them and just like sit, not like. So here's one person, empty stool, another person. So like sit one in between.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where are you, Garrick? Are you like down in the lower level with the food and stuff, or are you like up in the hallway still?
Just literally in the hallway taking up room.
Okay. So you're not even downstairs yet, Rain. You're still in that hallway where you step out of the room and you see Garrick there. Ching,
I'll just
ching.
like plop one, like leave one space, kind of like social distancing. Like,
Okay. Nice.
I mean, that's the only way I could put it.
That's perfect. Okay.
So, like, oh, go ahead, Ed.
Garrick's just he's got these a set of letters that he's just hammering into the sign that he's making, and then he's gonna apply some paint.
Okay. Rain, you see him doing that?
What you making there? Looks interesting.
Oh, just a sign. It says days since accidents 0.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yes.
Does Rain get a kick out of that?
Yeah, they do.
Awesome.
Do you mind dropping this off the front desk?
Not at all.
Awesome.
So-
Okay.
I'll take this on and then I go down to the bottom layer. The bottom
A level like the
level. Yes, thank you.
Nice. Okay, so you mingle down there. You find some people from the caravan, but you don't find any of your party members except for Blueberry, that's sitting at the end of one of the tables, and they've put the food up. And some people are like, oh, the puppies eat like a real person. That's so cute. Oh, look at it thinks it's people.
I'll pick up Blueberry and
Blueberry's like, let me eat.
put him on my lap
Oh,
and give
cute.
him a little boost.
Okay. Gives you a couple licks to your face and then goes back to eating. Nom, 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 nom. All right. Do you want to engage with Blueberry at all, or are you just gonna, be here for a little bit?
I'll save the conversation when Beth is here.
Okay.
So.
Okay. All right. Davania,
To answer your question, yes, I do, but I would like to wait for
gotcha.
the roleplay.
Absolutely understand. Davania, you have been called to have that meeting, if you wish, at the town hall. Is that something you wish to attend?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
All right. So while Mort and Aaron were heading down to the library, Oren's heading down. I'm sorry, you're heading down to not the town hall, Oren, right? But some other, like, what were you looking for again, Oren?
He was going with Davania to town hall
Oh, yeah. Okay, he's going with the money. Okay.
when the time comes.
Okay. So the time is nigh. So Davania, Oren, is ready to head out, and the two of you walk through
Oren
town.
Shows up. His clothes are all like dusted off, and they look pristine. Ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
Sorry, I had to do that.
Nice.
I'm thinking of a different song. Ready as I'll Ever Be from Tangled the series.
Oh, nice. All right.
If anybody watches those cartoons, especially that series. So.
All right. Okay, so you two head maybe like 25 minutes or so to get down and back around to the town hall. It's
Very quiet walk.
Is it? That's amazing. When you finally get there, awkwardly, 25 minutes later, the place is open for business. It's again, nothing's too grand here in this city, but it's a nice building. Old, has those tall cathedral type ceilings as you walk inside, and there's a human gentleman, maybe mid to late 20s. That is walking about from table to table near the counter. Seems to work there. Is dressed in like fancier clothes. Nothing noble-esque, but something befitting working at a town hall, I guess.
As they're walking through like the front door before they get to anyone, Arn will in step right beside of Davania. I will let you take the lead. If you need me, I will be right here. And he'll kind of, if you look up at him, he'll give you a little wink.
She'll give a nod and clears her throat loudly.
Oh, yes. Hello. Welcome. How may I help you two today?
My name is Marion, and I have an appointment.
Ah, yes, the evening, afternoon appointment, lovely. Yes, please make let's come with me. We'll get something more comfortable than these study seats out here. And gestures for you two to follow him. And if you two follow, he'll cut, past the counter and up one flight of stairs. And there's a cozy section up here with some comfortable reading chairs, a nice comfortable couch, and please make yourselves at home. Can I get you any tea?
I'll take a cup.
Lovely. Works that all up. And,
Thank you.
No, I understand. Get some for Oren. And I don't recognize your tailor, but let's say Oren, I love your suit.
Thank you. I had it custom made. City quite north of here, or else I would let you know the tailor.
Ah, interesting. Well, I love it. But we're here to discuss, I believe, real estate?
Yes.
Wonderful. Are you looking for residential or commercial for opening a shop, perhaps?
Commercial.
Lovely. Well, we have a number of commercial plots available, of course, seated in different districts about the city. Let's find one that best fits the service or product you'll be offering. And he sits down and crosses one leg up on his knee, sips some tea. Oh, wonderful.
Arn will mimic the position.
Oh, nice. Cheers. Oh, and so what service or product will you be offering? We can find the best area to work with here in the town.
I carve and paint figurines and also work with gemstones. So I can provide either one of those and also make anything else as far as wood carving.
I see. So it might fall under not under the artisanal, but perhaps knickknacks. But gems and do you work with fitting them with jewelry? Would you work on with the jewelry itself, or simply fitting the gems for jewelry makers?
Pauses for a second, acting like she's taking a very long time to answer it. Jewelry or otherwise?
Well, there aren't many jewelers over on the western edge of the city, and I do feel like we have a few plots. Are you looking to build your storefront yourself, or looking to purchase an existing storefront that you can move into?
I would rather build it myself if possible.
Of course, there are a number of plots available over there, and I think we can get you into there are at least 2 or 3 locations that get quite a bit of foot traffic. Yes.
Do you have anybody that works with magic infusement?
There are a number of storefronts that handle such things here, yes. I would say at least 2 of fine quality and 1 that does rather mundane items.
How much would the property cost in the areas that you're thinking of?
Oh, my goodness. Well, let's take a look. He'll open up a book, and he's going to look. It's not going to be super cheap, but I'm going to pull open my stuff. I'm going to say he's going to give you a few figures. Like, if that's not going to be a selling point for you right now, then I can let you know probably after stream what that is. But if that's going to be a factor in your conversation, I can pull that up now.
It would definitely be a factor, to be honest, but I also don't want to be like, oh yeah, let's crunch numbers for 20 minutes.
Nope, I can get this in like a minute or 2. Okay. All right. Yep. There it is. 128. Thank you, Internet. That was close. All right. We do not want that. Instead, we want... look at this. Interesting. All right. If you're looking... Ooh. Not as expensive as I thought. All right. You're looking around 5,000 gold pieces, give or take. That'll get that constructed for you. Between taxes and your typical upkeep, outside of I don't know if you're looking to hire any staff. This would not include that, but you're probably looking around 2 gold a day. As far as taxes, I mean, they'll be charged quarterly, not daily.
I would have a regular standard property. Would it be daily?
If you're looking to purchase one that's already built, it would be closer to 3,000 instead of the 5.
Forgive me, I meant more of non-commercial.
Oh, a residential place to live. Well, that would be... Alright, this is just... Jeez. Oh my goodness, these things are pricey. If you're looking for I can show you some options. There are some smaller homesteads that are close to that 4,000 gold piece range. And then there's some more sizable, nothing grand or limitations on size and stature and such for zoning. But can run upwards of 10,000 gold pieces at most, I would say. But there are some fine, smaller homes that can be... I say smaller, but they're still sizable.
It would just be myself.
Ah, I see. Yes, likely around 4,000. The haggling is always an option with contractors too, of course. You may be able to either barter or haggle and reduce the price.
Davania smirks at that. Does do good to be a part of the guild.
Oh, wonderful.
Do you mind if I return tomorrow?
Not at all. I'll be here.
Thank you.
So how long have you lived here?
Oh, I suppose it's coming up on about 7.5 years now.
Nice.
Yes,
Seems like a good city.
it's done well for me and my father and grandfather. The three of us moved here together. My grandfather's buried in a local plot. Natural causes, died quite a peaceful death. Life before this was much more complicated.
Sure. And your mayor, what's the name again?
Mal, yes, Mayor Mal. Wonderful, wonderful gentleman. Very, I don't know, magnanimous.
How long has he been mayor?
As long as I believe the city stands, in 10, 11 years.
Only 10 or 11 years.
Yes, he spent most of his wealth. He'd come into a large fortune and spend most of it to build this city with the future in mind. Always looking towards the future, Alice.
It's a fairly new city, then.
It is. Yes, it's done very well.
Where was he mayor at before this?
Oh,
I may have heard of him.
Oh, I am unsure, to be honest. I don't know if he was mayor of anywhere else beforehand.
That is his first mayor attempt, and he's done so well.
Some attribute it to perhaps a past business he ran, or I do believe he had a business before becoming mayor elsewhere. Before
Interesting.
coming into this large fortune.
Entrepreneur of sorts, then.
It would seem. Yes, he has that mindset, that entrepreneurial spirit.
Wonderful.
It's worked out for so many.
That's good to hear. Not any opposition for the mayoral position, then?
No, I don't even recall. We haven't had any one run against him. I think we had 5 years in, 2 years after we moved here, there was a race for mayor. I believe there was someone early on, but they withdrew from the race about halfway in.
Interesting.
Yes.
Do you have family?
The mayor, he has a wife and I believe 3 daughters, yes.
Davania's gonna get up and give a head bow and walk straight out and not say anything.
I hope I did not offend your friend.
Oh, no. She just has a lot on her mind. Arn will stand and bow deeply. It's been a pleasure.
Indeed. Likewise.
Yes. Is there another, so the town hall, is this the highest seat of are there other governmental buildings here? I'm kind of a tourist when I visit new cities.
You're quite fine. We handle most matters of an administrative nature here at the town hall, but there's a constabulary force that has its own headquarters, and there are other divisions that such as food management, storage, and like an agricultural center that has its own building. They're working on some interesting irrigation systems currently. Some maintenance. The town maintenance has its own building for streets and likewise advancements in that nature.
Well, thank you. Do you have a military service?
No. There is a slight division between managing policing within the city walls and guarding the exterior. They're not the same they do not fall collectively, yes, under the same umbrella, but they are different divisions. Those that are trained as the policing force are taught a number of skills to help manage situations safely and de-escalate issues, and much less in the way of force and more in the way of management.
Understood. Well, again, thank you. The tea was lovely, and you will set it on there's like a little end table there. Have a good day.
You as well.
While he was talking to this person, Dan, he would have kind of been, or maybe when he was talking to Davania earlier, he would have kind of cast an eye about the room to see if anything looked interesting, like anything looked particular to what, or out of the ordinary as to what you would see in a regular office like that.
Yeah, go and make an investigation check, please.
Ooh. That is, I think, a 23, but let me double check. 21.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely, well, most of this seems entirely natural, as it should be. But up on this reading area, which is where you've been having this meeting, there are a number of bookshelves. And catching your eye is a little arced groove on the floor, like one of these bookcases might slide out and pivot on a hinge, and has been scraping the floor ever so slightly.
Wonderful, wonderful. I also am. Give me 1 second. Just check on this spell really quick. Okay, yeah. Leaving, I'm guessing that he's watching me leave. Okay, all right. Well then, we'll do that then. All right.
All right.
He will note that and head out.
Okay. And Rain, did you have something? Oh, night night from the parents. That's so sweet. Did you have anything, Rain?
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
You said that the bathroom was kind of taped off, right, Dan?
They've sealed the door itself. They've put like some wooden nails to kind of seal it off.
Okay.
I mean, but like haphazardly, not like perfectly boarded up. Like.
Can I see if I can jiggle the door?
Sure. Make a strength check if you're trying to pop it open.
Just a straight strength check.
You can do athletics if you want.
Yeah. Skills. I mean, it's still not that good, but oh well.
Garrick's sitting nearby in the hallway. You see Rain.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
The nails just, they just tacked it in. The door swings open with the boards inside sort of swinging, and the two on the outside have fallen loose.
Oh no. Why did I do that? There we go. I accidentally closed out my character sheet.
Alright, you were in the bathroom, body gone, blood still on the floor. And in the pot.
Okay. This just no. I'm not gonna do that. Can I just make an investigation check to see if I see anything?
Sure.
Like footprints?
Go for it. And just for what it's worth, Garrick, not that
Nope,
you
I
have
don't
to do
see
anything,
it.
but you see her kind of rooting around in there after knocking the door down.
I don't see anything.
Okay. I mean, you see some footprints, but they're in the blood from everyone kind of walking in and out. It doesn't seem to be anything singular.
Cool. Awesome.
Okay. Anything for Garrick? I don't want to skip over you in case you have anything. Okay.
No, I'm good.
Mort and Aaronwyn, as the two of you are heading down to the public library of Miranda, you hear sort of not a scuffle, but something going on. You've walked underneath one of these little overpass bridges, so it's kind of darker under here. There's a little riverside that runs up the right, to your right, an incline that goes up to where the top of the bridge starts, and it's maybe a 14-foot gap here as you're walking under the bridge. And there's a little kid that is running toward you, but maybe like 50 feet away, starting to head under the bridge. And there's a member of the constabulary force there that's hot on her heels. And she's yelling and stops and kind of like plops her butt down underneath the shadowy part of the bridge as the police officer comes around and seems to be trying to console her. And she's yelling, "Where's my daddy? Where is my daddy?" And the police officer saying, "Oh, there. We'll find your father. I just need to know your name, and we can take you down to somewhere comfortable where we can find your father. I'm sure he's safe and sound." "No! He's gone! He's been gone for 2 days!" "We will find your father. Please, come with me. We'll get you some food for your belly." "No! He's in the mines! I know he's in there. They took him to the mines! They kept saying they were going to take him to the mines."
No. I'll hurry up.
Okay. You hustle. You start heading over. No.
Like as soon as I start like hearing what she's saying, like "Where's my daddy?" That first thing, I'm just like almost booking it over to her. Like, "Come on, Mort, come on."
No, dear, no. The mines have been closed for over a decade. There's no reason your father would be in the mines. "No, I know they took him. We were gonna leave. He said we had to leave before they took us to the mines. Now he's gone." And this is as Aaronwyn and Mort, you hustle up and kind of, the guard looks up to you. And the girl looks up, "Where's my daddy?" And that's where we'll end tonight's session. Bam!
Dang it! Damn!
I'm so sorry. I looked at the clock and it's super late, so. Woo! Yes, have a wonderful night for everyone that has to bounce. I will keep everything else really quick. Thank you, players. Amazing. You're also amazing. I had such a blast tonight. And I'm loving Garrick so much.
Garrett, Adam, Felix, Jocelyn, and Garrick. The accent goes to Garrett.
Nice. Thank you.
I know what you mean.
It's so great. I get such a kick out of it. Thank you so much, viewers, for being here and chilling. If you, as you can see in our schedule here, we have a ton of D&D in this 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern time slot. Check us out. A bunch of different campaigns. Every Saturday now we have a 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern D&D campaign. 12 to 3 on Friday is Mad Art with Steph, our very own Steph here. If you're not a member of our Discord already, please consider joining for all the reasons, but certainly because Steph takes requests as to what fan art she'll do from across the campaigns, and everyone can vote on it. So that's extra cool.
Before you go on,
I'll get you, Marissa. I've got to power through this for everyone that needs to go to bed. Sundays, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern, perfect Sunday afternoon chill. Vic runs Madbird Plays, different tabletop games with members from all across the community and other tabletop communities, using Tabletop Simulator, sometimes Jackbox, a boatload of fun. Mariah, go ahead and throw your thing in here.
No, never mind. I'll do it in chat. Go ahead.
Cool. So catch us on all that amazingness. If you are already supporting us or like, wow, I'd really love to, consider checking out our Patreon that we recently started, because if you're already getting your subscriber die here and everything else, you still get it over there, but we can give you even more. It gets more to us, and we can give you more back for being awesome and supporting us. But just being here, supporting us, we really appreciate y'all. You can, of course, join our Discord. Consider checking out our YouTube, where if you want to get caught up in any of our campaigns or have some D&D to listen to in the background, this is amazing because we upload everything right up to there after we finish here. And I'm going to quickly give us oh my goodness, well, there's some fun streamers on. I'd like to do a raid to wrap up our afternoon. And let's, my goodness, oh my goodness, I did not have time to poke through. So let's do this. We'll do our lovely legendary action official, because I know that they let us type. All right, sorry, you heard them. All right, we're gonna raid them. Have a fantastic night, everyone. We will catch you all soon. You all rock. Take care. Bye.
Bye.